Hey everybody, and welcome back to the second channel. I just put out Balalaika Metal on the main channel yesterday, and so I wanted to have a video here just chatting about how I wrote that. I've already done a video on a little bit about the Balalaika when I did Balalaika Jam a while back, so I'll try to not just rehash all the same information, but for those who haven't seen that, the Balalaika is a really interesting instrument for me and is really unique in a few ways. In that, you know, it's the size of the ukulele. Of course, it looks like a battle axe or something, which is probably the first thing you notice about it. And it's actually, you know what? I put tape around this end when I was recording because it kept just jabbing into my arm and actually started hurting after a while. It's just a really sharp instrument. It's like half a weapon. So, and I found, at least for me, this way was when I was recording was the best, you know, most comfortable, other than it stabbing me in my arm, is the most comfortable way to do it, and in the studio space I have, best way for the mics and whatnot. But anyway, another two things that are unique about it are that normally this is tuned E, E, A, and those E's are the same octave, but now it's tuned down a step and a half for Balalaika Metal, which is, you know, just a regular thing to do in heavy music, tune things down a bit, as well as on this instrument, I was a bit scared to tune it up all the way because I think I'm gonna start over.
Okay.
Yeah, though I was going good.
Yeah, you were.
I was going good.
First half of that. Do you want to
Yeah.
just jump cut it?
You know what? Maybe we just keep this in. It's the second channel.
Really?
Maybe. All right, now it's the second channel. All right, I'll keep going. So this part, the bottom of this broke when I'm going on so many tangents in this video. But while moving, I set this up next to what was a heating vent, and it really just made the wood is all warped, and it got really dry and cracked quite a bit, and where you attach the string here broke, so I drilled into it there, and it's some pretty shoddy work. So I also didn't tune it up. That's why I started talking about that. I also didn't tune it up because I feel like if I put more pressure on this string, it's just gonna come off forever. This is not a permanent solution. So, but yeah, I have it tuned down. It's E, E, A normally. So the relationship between these two strings are very similar to the bottom two strings of a guitar, but up an octave. And then the high string here is steel, and then the two other E strings, which are now C sharp, are nylon. So in those few ways, a mix of steel and nylon, as well as having, you know, two strings that are the same note and not together and spaced apart like a ukulele, is pretty interesting. But so writing this tune, there's a few, because of these two strings being the same note, you can get some intervals a little bit easier here than you would be able to on guitar. One of them being this one. So I use that quite a bit. It's a very dissonant, very good for this style of music, but can also be really pretty depending on how you use it. I am rehashing the same information from the other one a little bit. So the song is centered around, at the beginning of the song is centered around that interval, as well as going from here, which is that interval for these strings, and then bringing it up to the 4th fret, where it's that interval for the nylon and steel. There's a 4th fret. Giving it a cool rhythm. And there's a lot of this in the song as well. So what I'm doing there is, it kind of feels like pulling off from 2 frets, like, but I'm doing it across 2 different strings and on the same fret. So I'm pulling off here and then on the next one. And it creates this cool sound. Almost sounds like 2 instruments playing at once, because in some way, or it probably sounds like that because, again, it's same string, same tuning, but being played a little bit differently. So that's just that over and over again. And then I use those same chords from Balalaika Jam to build out other parts of the song as well as the solo. And then towards the end, that was originally going to be the beginning of the song, but a lot slower, and then I just sped it up. I spent all day yesterday trying to figure out the song because Jake's off screen. We were planning on shooting today, and I didn't have anything ready, and yeah, I need to write a song, and and having that attitude for me is the worst way to write a song. So I spent all day yesterday, and I wrote all these parts, and eventually did a few ad-libs on them, and I really didn't like the song, and then the ad-libs, one of them was, and I thought that was a lot cooler than everything else I did, so I ended up building that out yesterday, and then using some of the original song to, you know, fill out other parts. Something that's cool about this instrument as well, or how I like to use it, is that you can fret on one of these two, you know, E strings, and then you always get that open E, or in this case, open C sharp. What's also weird about it when playing, and is pretty confusing, is that you can fret on either string here and you get the same note. So even while playing or while recording, kind of just for fun, I've been, when I need to fret on the 5th fret, I'll be switching it from, you know, this string to this one, and it doesn't make any difference. So in that part I'm going from, you know, 5th to 4th. And I think that's about the song. It's pretty much everything I learned from Balalaika Jam, but just making it a bit heavier. And yeah, I think that's it. I think this has been probably a mess of a video. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Second channel. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.
Wait.
What?
So we can cut there if we want to, but...
Yeah, or we can keep going.
Why did you put guitars underneath this one?
Oh. You know what? I started doing guitars when recording it because my bass was just in the other room. So I just...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just to see how it would sound with bass, I ended up tuning my guitar down and doing that. And then it just seemed to work, so I just kept them in there. So a few parts they have guitars.
Cool.
Yeah. We'll probably keep this in too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.